in Ireland. So we are glad that so many of you have joined from various places from India and in Bangladesh. So since we are having a group from various places, I think better we'll stick to English as a mode of our communication. Yeah. So right now, before I talk about Ireland and the opportunities in Ireland, I would just like to touch upon the global scenario right now. So very recently, the student community are kind of in a state of panic because of the recent changes in the laws in US. So you would have heard and read in the news that now the H-1B visas in the US, so they have raised the H-1B visa charges to uh, it's $1 lakh. So that's nearly 1 crore Indian rupees, and the equivalent money in Bangladesh, Dhaka as well. So that's a huge amount, and so now the companies will have to shell this out if they have to retain good quality um, employees. If they have to get higher, they have to spend so much. So actually, $1 lakh in the US is much more than the average starting salary that a company provides per annum. So if the company will have to give so much of money and hire a person, then that's going to be so. Ultimately, the reason why Trump and the DOG team there they have come up with this rule is because they want to hire the local people. So they don't want to encourage people to come from other countries and take up jobs and settle there. So because of this particular situation, um, we find that majority of the students now have kind of lost interest in pursuing higher education in the US. So we are fortunate that we are already been doing a lot of work in the European sector and other areas, and Ireland in particular. And so this is again, it's going to be a much better opportunity. So as at the outset, I was just trying to say, because of some of these laws in the US has also made the European universities and in particular Ireland very attractive because many of the students are going to seek for admission here. And also now, because of this difficulty in the US, the local companies, they are even planning to transfer their work to other countries, because if they are doing their development, and then they'll have to hire local people with such high salary, because the local people will not do work with the normal salary that they give for other foreigners. So because of that, now the companies are outsourcing their work. So there is also a much greater possibility that the Europe, the units in Europe are going to be strengthened. So they are going to hire more people. They're going to retain more people. So at this, with this outset, the global scenario is also very encouraging for the higher education sector in the European region. Okay, so with this words of introduction, so I will specifically share more details about Ireland and the higher education opportunities in Ireland, and also the uh, pathway for permanent residency, and the specific opportunities that you have for September 2026 admission. What are the various options that you have for September 2026 admission? So I'll be sharing some slides, and I'll also be sharing the experiences of a few people, and then we can move ahead with the Q&A session. So let me share the slide. I hope my slides are visible.
Yes, sir.
And I am audible as well, right? Okay. So Ireland, as you know, as we have been sending a lot of students to Ireland, and we have already sent more than 5,000 students to Ireland, and so many of us here who are connected with the Ed-Hoc know that Ireland is a hub of opportunities, and many of the students who have gone there have succeeded. And so why Ireland is such a hub of opportunities, and why there is so much of opportunity in Ireland? So it's a home to 1,000+ leading MNCs, and so the World Competitive Index. So it's fourth in the world and third in the Europe in 2024, and it's ranked second most competitive economy in Europe. So with a vibrant economy and with policies that attract companies from other countries. So Ireland has got a vibrant economy because many of the companies come here, and they also have a very good, such a competitive, financial position and growth rate in Ireland. And also, see, there are 430+ finance companies thriving in Ireland. All the leading, big four consulting companies are there. 1,000+ big IT companies are there in Ireland. All the companies, starting from Google or Yahoo or Microsoft or Dell or you name it, it's there. And it's not just that it is there. So many of these companies, LinkedIn or IBM, and Meta, see, all of them, they have the European headquarters there. So because they have the European headquarters there and development units there, so a lot of employment opportunities, a lot of hiring takes place there in Ireland. And also large number of pharma, medtech companies, hospitals, and other health-related charities, research charities are all thriving in Ireland. So many of the major pharma companies, whether it's Johnson and Johnson or Moderna or Pfizer or Novartis, so Abbott, all of them have their production units in Ireland, spread across various. Ireland is a small country, but so they have so much of these production units there. And so in the pharma sector and the medtech sector, the medtech, many 13 of the top 15 medtech companies have operations in Ireland. So whether it's Siemens or Beckman and Coulter or Alcon, Boston Scientific, all of them have their operations. Medtronic in Ireland. So many hospitals as well, and as I said, health research charities as well are thriving in Ireland. So because of this, Ireland is it's not just, it's a tech and finance hub for Indian students. It's also a pharma hub for Indian students. So so first we'll talk about the tech and finance a bit. So Ireland is a thriving hub for technology and finance. And as I already mentioned, it's home to global tech giants like Meta, Google, Apple, Microsoft, and financial institutions like the Bank of Ireland, AIB, and many other consulting companies as well. And it offers a dynamic study environment with strong focus on research and innovation. And there is a good supportive and government policies for international students as well. So there are so many advantages I'll discuss about that later, but still I'll just touch upon this. So they have custom designed this their master's program, for example, as a 1-year master's program. It's a tri-semester program, 3 semester. So within these 3 semesters, it's a bit packed, but they cover almost the content that they need to teach in 2 years. And the students, they are able to finish and do a project in the third semester. And within 1 year, they are able to complete their master's program. So the advantage is not just the time. So because it's a 1-year program, they only need to pay the fees for 1 year. So so government has made it that attractive, and not just that. So even though you are studying only for 1 year, you get a stay back for a level 9 master's program. You get a stay back for 2 years. So you can stay back for 2 years. Then you can look for job opportunities. You can move jobs. You can start your business, or all such opportunities are there in Ireland. And the top courses and universities. So the in-demand IT courses like AI, machine learning, cybersecurity, cloud computing, data science, software engineering, all these, and finance focus, finance, accounting, economics, fintechs. There are most of these courses have been these programs, master's programs, or whether it's bachelor's program, they have been designed in consultation with the companies. So the university bodies, the government body, and the multinational companies or the consulting companies, they join together, or the industries, pharma industries, they join together and identify the relevant curriculum. Through if a student studies that particular curriculum, they'll be equipped to take up a job. So that's how the curriculum is designed, and it is the curriculum as they update the curriculum fast according to the changing needs of the industry. And the leading institutions like Trinity College Dublin, University College Dublin, Dublin City University, University of Limerick, University of Galway, TUD, National College of Ireland, Griffith College, DBS, etc. are many of the universities and colleges in Ireland. And some of these universities, for example, are top ranked in the world. In World QS ranking, Trinity, for example, Trinity College of Dublin is ranked around 82 or so. So UCD also has got a very high ranking. So these universities, DCU, University of Limerick, such a research-intensive university with a beautiful campus. University of Galway, also such a beautiful campus, with a focus on research. So, very good universities and institutions are there which provide relevant master's program and undergraduate program, offering very relevant courses for the aspiring students. And I would also like to, as I mentioned earlier, Ireland is also a global leader in pharma and healthcare. So the Ireland's strong reputation in the pharmaceutical and healthcare sectors, it has got such a high reputation because many of these pharma companies have their production units. So there are requirement in the production line, in the quality line, in the research, the analytics area. And these are world-class research institutions and universities. And also, as I mentioned, there are government policies which are supporting the students, and also there are government policies which are supporting the industries. So we saw, unlike in, it is not normally expected in a small country like Ireland. So many companies are thronging in Ireland. So what makes these companies come to Ireland? So one of the major reasons why these companies come to Ireland is because they have favorable business environment and tax incentives in Ireland. Many of you might be aware of the corporate tax. See, corporate tax is the tax that the company will have to give to the local government through when they do the business in that particular country. And in Ireland, the corporate tax is only 15%. So in many other companies in India, it's more than 30. So there are countries where they have around 40, and many countries the corporate tax is between 30 to 40. And comparing to that, Ireland earlier, till last year, it was only 12.5% of corporate tax. Now it is just 15% corporate tax, and so many companies come to Ireland, make use of these benefits, the support of the government. And another reason why they come to Ireland is because there are such good universities, globally ranked universities, which are providing them the required manpower, trained manpower. And that's also one reason why these companies come to Ireland. and they offer a dynamic study environment with strong focus on research and innovation. And there are many research papers and patents being published from Ireland. Yeah. And the top courses in the in-demand pharmaceutical and health sector programs. There are many top programs in the pharmaceutical sciences, on drug development, pharmaceutical biotechnology, regulatory affairs, clinical research, public health, health informatics, healthcare management. So in the pharma and health sector, also there are many popular master's programs which are being offered by these leading colleges in universities like Trinity, UCD, DCU, UL, University College Cork, University of Galway, and many other institutions which I've mentioned earlier, like the Griffith College, then NCI DBS, and various other institutions are also offering many of these in-demand courses. Yeah, and so this is some of the glimpses from my recent visit to Ireland, and I visited almost all those institutions. Visited DCU, UCD, and NCI. Interacted with many students who are studying there. Interacted with many of the professors there, and it was I was also able to attend to one of the graduation ceremony of one of our students who went there. So it was an exciting opportunity there in Ireland to see firsthand what we are doing, and to be really satisfied to see that the opportunity and the facilities that they provide in Ireland, and the quality of education that they provide, the opportunities that they're there. So here, for example, in Trinity, I'm this. Here I'm talking to Professor Abhinay.
Hi everyone, please wait for a few minutes. I think he lost his network, so he will rejoin shortly.
I'm sorry, I don't know what happened. Suddenly, did the meeting stop or what?
No, not
Or
at
did
all.
I?
Participants are still waiting. Yeah,
So
you can continue.
no, I just kind of Did I come out? I don't know what happened. Some problem. I don't know. Okay, so I hope you are able to listen now.
Yeah, sure. Got the connection out when you were talking about the uh, when you contacted the professor, one of the professors in NC.
Okay. Yeah, so I think we were just talking about this particular slide, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a very fruitful visit, and while interacting with Professor Abhishek Nag, he's an IITN from India, so he's a professor there. So he was mentioning about the enormous, the way, the focus they gave on innovation, and how they how they train students to publish and patents and work on real industrial projects, and the kind of connections they have with industries and all. It was really exciting, and to feel that we are sending our students to such good institutions, and such eminent professors are there to teach them. So here I'm standing with Professor Horatio. I so this is with yeah. So with Professor Horatio is a renowned scientist and a researcher, an expert in the cloud computing area. So he's working in the NCI, National College of Ireland, and they have a cloud computing competency center there. So I was able to meet him and interact with him as well. So, so here with some of the NCA students, here with some of the, this is with some of the Griffith students in the Griffith campus. And almost all the campuses I was able to visit and see in person the kind of opportunities that they give, the kind of facilities that they provide to interact with the satisfied students. That was really, motivation for me also to subsequently help other students, seeing the success stories of others. So that's motivation for us also to help others further. Yeah. Uh, uh, Let me just pause for a while. I'm just sharing once more. Okay, so again, now to conclude, why choose Ireland? It's an English-speaking country. Yeah, that's also another major aspect which I didn't touch upon earlier. So whenever we talk about moving to Europe, studying in Europe, so many of the countries in Europe, for example, Germany, if you have to thrive in Germany, you have to study German, or whether it's in France, you have to study France. And in many other European countries, it's the master's program is a 2-year program. So here, this is one unique feature of Ireland, that you don't have to study any other language. So English is the language. It's an English-speaking country, so everywhere they use English in the university, and every other place in the you can use English. So Irish is only kind of like an ornamental language where they use it for some ceremonial functions. That's all. So, and also it's a welcoming environment for international students. So affordable education compared to other European countries. And so that's also another major advantage. We know that in US it was very expensive. So in many other countries also, mainly in Australia, it's very expensive. In many other countries like this, Also, it's a 2-year master's, so you have to pay the fees for 2 years. So most of the countries, the master's program per year, even in other European countries or even in Australia, it's around per year, it's around 30 lakhs, 20 to 30 lakhs per year. So 2 years, so a minimum 50 to 60 lakhs. So in the US, it was around 40 to 50 lakhs per year, so around 1 crore per by the time you complete your master's. So unlike that, so you have master's programs, the opportunity to study here in Ireland, within a range of around 12 lakhs to 20 lakhs and opportunities for scholarship. So with the scholarship, you are able to study from maybe 10 lakhs to 20 lakhs. And that's a very attractive opportunity as well. So I already mentioned about the low corporate tax, the many companies and the job opportunities, the beautiful landscape, vibrant culture. And see the admission intake, the major intake is September, that's fall. And January intake is the next major intake. So, our next intake will be in January 2026, for which the admissions have already started. The process is going on. There are only very few institutions which are offering admission in March. Yeah. And I'll also mention, before I close, I'll also mention about the pathway to permanent residency. Some of you might be interested. So as a student, when you go to Ireland, so initially, as a student, you'll be on stamp 2 student visa. So initially, you go on a temporary visa from here in India. So after 3 months, you get a stamp 2. You have to do the process there. So once you reach there, you have to register with the INIS, Irish Nationalization and Immigration Service, obtain the Irish residence permit and all that, and then you get your stamp 2 student visa. So this stamp 2 student visa will be valid for 1 year, 3 months, or 1 year, 6 months. And within that, you complete your master's. And after graduation, you get your stamp 1G, which gives you the option to gain work experience after graduation. And once you get a job and the company is sponsoring you, then you get a work permit. Okay. So I did not mention about the critical skills earlier. And so all these IT, finance, pharma, health sector, all these opportunities about which I talked about earlier are all part of the critical skills category. So critical skills are skills which are in shortage in Ireland. So the government has identified these skills as critical skills. And so, when you are getting a job in the critical skills or the CSEP, Critical Skills Employment Permit, if you are getting that, then that's a faster path for in-demand skills. And after 21 months, you can apply for a permanent residency. Okay, so that's the attraction of the critical skills sponsorship. And so that this particular stamp 1 will be in the CSEP or Critical Skills Employment Permit. So otherwise, you will, if it is not in that critical skills, then it will be in the General Employment Permit. So if it's a General Employment Permit, then after 5 years, you can apply for PR. You can work there, and after 5 years, you can apply for PR. And, after 21 months for CSEP or after 5 years for General Employment Permit, then you can get the stamp 4 permanent residency that can be achieved through a continuous residence and meeting specific criteria in Ireland. So it's a straightforward pathway. There is no lottery, and there is no points to be gathered. So many of these stamp 1 or many of these work permits, you yourself can register and do it online. So such a straightforward opportunities are there for permanent residency. And so Ed-Hoc is your trusted partner, and we have been supporting students. More than 5,000 students we have already sent to Ireland and in that region. So we provide comprehensive support throughout your study journey, from application assistance to visa guidance, continued support with the airport pickup and accommodation. And we'll be happy to be your guide. And so I'll also like to mention about the part-time opportunities. Yeah, so maybe we can also discuss it during your Q&A. So these students who are studying there in Ireland, so they can work part-time for 20 hours. They can work part-time, and so the minimum salary, your per hour, it's around 13 euros. They are supposed to pay. The companies are supposed to pay, and so you can work part-time and cover some of your local expenses there using your part-time jobs as well. So I'll just share because we are talking about the January 2026 admission. So I'll just share the experience of a student who was admitted in January 2024 from one of our branches here in India. So we in Kerala, so in Kottayam, we sent one student in 2024, and during her second semester, she shared this experience, and I'll play that experience, and you can clearly notice the difference in the education and the kind of opportunities that exposure that they get. And then I will also share her current state, where she is, what she is, so that will be an encouragement for the aspiring students.
Hi everyone, I'm Sarina from India. I'm currently pursuing my master's in cloud computing at National College of Ireland, Dublin. So I got this opportunity through Ed-Hoc, and I'm very grateful to the management, especially to Tess, the branch manager at Ed-Hoc Kottayam. So coming to Ireland was such a great experience for me. So after coming here, I realized that there is a vast difference between the learning system in India and abroad. So here I got to experience a different kind of learning where you learn a lot on your own, and you have access to so many resources like AWS, Azure, and you also get help from teachers and other friends, and also you get to meet a lot of people, including people from various technical fields and people from companies, which is such a great networking opportunity. Also, I was able to view the library here at my college, which is a plethora of knowledge. That are like so many resources online and offline, and you get to access them all for free. Other than that, you have access to learning platforms like O'Reilly, which is also free through the college account. And you also get access to a GitHub student account where you get so many tools and platforms for free. Other than that, Ireland is such a beautiful place, so calm and so peaceful, very nice, friendly people, and everything is so nice. There is also like no pressure from your teachers or anyone. No compulsory attendance. You are free to attend or not attend. You're also free to take up a part-time job along with your studies. And right now doing my second semester, and there are already so many employment opportunities here. You just have to be good with technical knowledge, and you also have to have certifications or relevant skills in your particular field that you're interested in. So overall, I'm very grateful for this opportunity to do my master's in Ireland, and I'm so grateful to Ed-Hoc for all the support. Thank you.
Yeah. Um, Yeah, okay. I was just trying to see her profile, so I'll just tell you about her current situation. So she completed her uh, master's in December 2024, and her graduation was in April 2025. And soon after her graduation, so while studying itself, she got a job in IBM as a kernel developer. And she has joined IBM as a Linux OS kernel developer. And then, uh, you know, she also got, so from student stamp 2, she directly moved to the stamp 1 work visa. And because she had a stamp 1 work visa, so she got married, and then she took her husband also. And so they both, her husband and her, they both are there in Waterford. At Waterford, they live there, and the husband has also got his 1G stamp 1G, because of which he can also take up a job there. So that's one success story that we recently sent in January 2024, and this is what we hear firsthand from Serena. Yeah, thank you. And so now I will open to your questions. I'm open to your questions, and so I'm happy to discuss anything that you would like to ask.
If any one of you are having any doubts, you can just post in the chat box, or you can unmute your mics and just ask us.
Hi, this is Joy from Bangladesh. I got offer letter from ATU and I accepted. So would you please tell me about how I prepared my financial documents?
Yeah, so Joy, thank you for asking your question. So specific details like your preparation of the financial documents and such things, definitely one of our counselors who was interacting with you will be definitely able to help, and our team will be able to help. And I think those specific details that may be better, because some of the financial matters pertaining to you will be private information, which we need
Yeah,
not discuss in
that's
this
right.
public forum. Yeah,
Okay. I have another question. Is it mandatory
sure.
to submit the asset evaluation certificate or asset evaluation documents like CA evaluation report?
Pardon me, once, could you?
Is it mandatory to submit CA evaluation report to the embassy, Irish embassy? You didn't get me my questions, right?
Can I answer the question?
Yeah, please.
Okay,
No.
he was asking about the network certificate, whether it's mandatory
Yeah.
or not. Okay. In case of Ireland, if we can provide the network certificate, it will be good, because it's a document which include all the details about the assets and belongings of the student and his or her sponsors. So it indicates that you and your family, I mean your sponsors, are financially stable and well independent to sponsor or for meeting all your study and living expenses there. So it will be good if you can provide that.
Well, that means it's not mandatory.
It's not mandatory, but it will be good, because if we can provide that, it gives some preferences, or it gives some idea about your financial background and your future plan, indicating that you have sufficient resources here to take care of after you come back to your native place after completing your studies.
Yeah,
I
Joy,
got it.
in general, and not just for you, for all the other student aspirants. So I didn't discuss about the process. Okay, so we have experienced managers and counselors here itself who will be able to answer, or you can contact them and one-on-one, they'll be able to answer. But in general, so the whole process is twofold. One is, first you need to get the admission from the college, and then you need to go through the visa process, get the visa. So admission, visa, these are the two major processes. So for the admission, getting the admission from the college, all your SOP and your academic documents, your how good you are and what you're aspiring, all this academic part is very important. And how you prepare all that, how you present, how you write your essay, all these are important for securing an admission. Your grades, all these are important. So once you secure your admission and get the offer letter, then you have to go through the visa process. For the visa process, unlike in the US and other places, so it's not an interview per se. So you have to submit the documents to the visa offices through the channels that they have provided. So once you provide all the documents, so they don't actually see you or ask you in person. So they go through the documents and try to understand how stable you are financially. So basically, the visa officer is looking in such a way that, okay, this person is going to study there, though many of you might be aspiring to go study and settle there. But the way the visa officers are looking are, they are not encouraging people to come and settle there. So in their eyes, so they only want students to go there and study there, and then we have to prove to them or tell them, okay, so yeah, I have enough funds to carry out my studies there, my health, everything will be taken care of that without being a burden to the country there. So, and also after finishing my studies, I'll be coming and I have some ties here in my country, because of which I need to come back. So these are the two things which normally the visa officers look. So that's why Tess mentioned that some of these documents which you additionally provide. So in order to establish that you are financially stable and you have much greater local ties. So all these things are very much important for you to get your visa. So even after you get your offer letter, I hope that's clear.
Yeah, it's clear. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah, any other questions? So because I said I'll share, so whatever we say, it should be factual, and that's why I'm just sharing this LinkedIn profile of Serena. So she gave the testimony while she was studying during her second semester. Now she's a Linux kernel OS developer at IBM, and while studying, she this is she was having some part-time jobs. So as a software tester at Moposa venue, that was one part-time job. Then afterwards, during the next semester, she also got another part-time job as a laboratory assistant at the same institution where she was studying. So, so there are, most of the part-time jobs may not be in your area, but it might be in other areas. You might it could be in some shops doing some of their accounts, or it could be in some restaurants, or various opportunities that you need to look for, and it may not be in your it may not wait for an opportunity in your area itself. Any other questions?
When is the time to apply for the visa? When is the appropriate time to apply visa for the January intake?
Tess or one of the managers, will you, Nisha or someone, will you be able to answer it?
Jan intake, the visa filing for January intake has already been started this month itself. So after completing all your admission and financial requirements, meeting all the requirements there, you can immediately file for your visa. And a student have to file for his or her visa at least 1 month before the class start date. That's a normal rule for by the Ireland embassy. So you have to apply for the visa as early as possible to eliminate the chances of risk.
I got it. So I should apply as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I understand that. I hope you're in touch with Arafat, right?
Yeah, I continuously talk to Arafat and he is very genuine person. He helped me a
Yeah.
lot throughout the process.
Yeah.
I got 4 offer letter. Thanks to
Oh, very
Ed-Hoc
good.
and thanks to Arafat.
Yeah. Yeah. So we Arafat is representing Ed-Hoc in Bangladesh, and so he's an excellent person. So you can definitely
Yeah,
trust him, and he'll be able to guide you. So no, he is
yeah, no
also
doubt about that.
discussing with the team here in India. So all that, whatever is your questions, you can ask him, and he will channel it to the right person.
Yeah, without any doubt, and I believe him.
Okay. Yeah.
If anyone is having any doubts, if you can ask in Malayalam, that's also fine. You can answer in Malayalam too.
Maybe some of you might have this question in your mind from news and all that. So wondering whether is Ireland a peaceful country? Are there problems in Ireland?
Sorry for the
Things like that. So Ireland is actually, so from after having visited there, after interacting with the students there, after seeing some of our students who are settled there and interacting with them, we know that it's really a welcoming and a peaceful country. So we have never heard of any problems in Ireland, but recently in the news sometimes we hear about some problems or some fights or something like that, and so in the US, if you hear about a gunshot or somebody was shot, and nobody is surprised, and there is no news value for that because that happens there always. So the gun culture in the US, that's very common. So you also used to hear about so many problems in Australia, and the kind of knifing, and somebody was stabbed and things like that. So the knife culture in Australia, that also does not have any news value. So that's common. So Ireland is such a peaceful country and there are no issues. So when there is nowadays, recently what happened is because of the war, the Russia-Ukraine war, and problems in the Middle East, and the Israel-Gaza related issues. So a lot of refugees are coming to Ireland. So many of them are coming to Ireland, and because Ireland is kind of a country which is wanting to help people, so many of these people come here. And when these people come here, the mature adults, the government policies, and the adults there in the country, they welcome these people and they try to help them. But the youngsters below 18, they sometimes feel kind of a bit insecure, and some of them maybe create some small issues and some small problems. And the government immediately tackles that and it is solved. But because this is a peaceful country and because there is no such negative news coming out from Ireland, when some small issue comes also, it is given a high news value and it's published everywhere. So that's why recently, you would have heard some issues in Ireland. So it's all minor things which is not affecting the life of the people who are right now studying and working there. So I just wanted to make it clear in case it was some unspoken doubt that was there in the minds of some of the participants.
Hello, I'm Nusrat from Bangladesh. I want to ask you some questions. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay. Whoever chooses to go Ireland, and how can they get job opportunity in the multinational company you already show us? Can you please tell me that Ed-Hoc International will give them any support to get job in multinational companies after they completed their graduation or bachelor degree?
Yeah, so we Ed-Hoc, as we said earlier, so our relationship is not just here, so we continue to support, but the kind of employment and the recruitment process in Ireland is a bit different. So see, we support you in getting your admission. We support you if you need to, get picked up from the airport and things like that. And so once you reach there, once you study there, so many of the institutions, so they give you good opportunities, good exposure. But for you to get a good job, networking is the key in Ireland. Networking is the key. So there are, in the institutions also, there are job fairs, employment fairs, and all that. So companies come there. But the campus recruitment is very, it's not, that's not the way the recruitment takes place. So the companies come, they talk about their products, the development that is happening there, and the students get opportunity to interact with the people from the industry. And then they have to network. So, from in Bangladesh, I think LinkedIn is quite popular. And so LinkedIn and other, job related platforms, you need to have a strong profile. Your profile should be visible to the employers in Ireland. So whatever is your achievement, okay. So if you are looking for aspiring for some job in the IT sector or some MNC kind of a job, so you have to update your profile. So if you are an IT professional, so whatever you have done, your projects, your code, that should be there on updated on GitHub. So they look at your GitHub profile, they look at your LinkedIn profile, and nowadays that many of the jobs are recruitment is getting automated. So AI is influencing, and your LinkedIn profile itself, there are keywords from the LinkedIn profile, so which the employers are searching. So having a good profile, updating your profile, networking with people. So wherever you are, whichever company you are planning to look for, connect, expand your network. Try to interact with them, communicate with them, and make yourself visible. So this is the key. And definitely, if you are a good student, if you are studying well, and if you're sincere, and if your profile is visible, definitely you will get an opportunity, and this particular student about whom I mentioned, she got an opportunity like that.
Okay, thank you.
I think there are other devices which are on, which is near. That's why I think there is some problem with your audio. Yes, go ahead.
Sir, I'd like to know a thing from you as you have visited recently in Ireland. So, is there any accommodation lackness in Ireland at this moment, or which cities are more convenient except Dublin for the students' job opportunities and if they can earn a standard amount of money to living their life except Dublin?
You're asking about the accommodation opportunities, right? On the
Current situation of
Roughly?
the accommodation and the which cities are more convenient except Dublin for the students. As you have recently visited Ireland, you know the current situation. So, is there any accommodation issues or except Dublin, which countries are more convenient than Dublin for the students for upcoming intakes?
Yeah. So, see, in Ireland, there were accommodation issues in the past, but right now the accommodation, it's you have to seek, you have to search, and there are so many groups, and there are so many accommodation availability is there. Student accommodation, student housing. So the institution itself, many places, the college housing, the university housing is there. Then in the proximity, because students are coming, there are many accommodation facilities which are already being provided. Then there are our students who are joining together, renting a house and staying, and then once they study and complete, they move out to other place. So they are willing to hand over their accommodation facilities to the incoming students. So through this network, so our people, our Ed-Hoc is providing. So once you get your admission and all that, you'll be added into some groups where you get opportunity to interact with some of these people, and you get information about the availability. So per se, accommodation, it's in Dublin, it's not that easy, but definitely there are opportunities. And another positive thing about Ireland is that, see, whenever I traveled, I also found the transportation and the connection between the places, it's well connected. So you have the trains are there, then you have the Luas and the tram and the bus and all that are there. So students have got concession. So even if you're studying in the city center in Dublin, so even if you're staying maybe a bit away, then still, the transportation is not at all a problem, and so you can travel from there. So you can so if you move a bit on towards the outskirts, then the rent is also lesser. The rent is lesser, and you can commute. And in most of the institutions, the classes are there only for 3 or 4 days, and the classes are designed in such a way that you get opportunity to do part-time as well. So that is also there. So in other places, like Limerick, the University of Limerick is in Limerick, in University of Galway in Galway. Waterford is relatively less populated. The SCTU, Southeast Technological University, is in Waterford. So all these places I visited, and other than Dublin is a little more thickly populated, but other places, there are definitely many places the university themselves are providing opportunities for accommodation, and it's not, I don't think it's that a problem.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your insights.
Welcome.
Is there any city who is the most student-friendly city in Ireland?
No, I don't think there is no such classification as the most
Okay.
student-friendly country. No, recently, there was one statistic I heard, the most friendly city for living. No, not pertaining to students, but,
Okay.
somebody ranked it as water food. So I just saw that, but there's nothing. There is nothing. So the people are friendly. See, people are friendly. People are not. Um, See, in some countries like Germany, so there is some kind of a racial kind of superiority, but here, nice people, they are welcoming and friendly. It's not. So many times the problems are created because of the kind of lack of understanding of some of us who go there. So you want to, instead of instead of identifying with the culture there, and instead of they like, I think we had a pre-departure meeting for the students, for the September pre-departure meeting for our students, and one of our directors, you know he was talking about some of the cultural differences. So here, there, people are well mannered, well cultured. For everything, they say thank you, and for everything, they are humble people. And so, but many times, people from other countries, they go there and they don't try to understand the culture there, and they ask and behave in such a way, the other people think that they are trying to be rude. And you need to be careful that you try to, they are nice people, so try to behave nicely to them. And so here, some of us from India, they go there and they want to you know do all their celebrations, all their functions, all their festivals. They want to have their own unique clique there. So when you try to create your own clique, your own group, your own celebrations, and then try to, why unnecessarily try to gang up and group up and create an impression that you are trying to be against them. So if you're willing to go, respect them, value them, you will have a very good time there.
Yeah, I also need to be nice with them.
Yeah. Yeah. So when
Thank you.
they for everything, each and everything, just say thank you. That will be really good. So I think you have already learned that. You've been saying thank you. Yeah. Good.
Yeah, I learned a little bit about Irish accents, like what they are usually talking when they're how they greetings, like how are you, these kinds of things.
Very good, very good, very good. So, Joy, I think you are doing good homework, doing good preparation. So, wish you all the best for a bright future in
Yeah,
Ireland.
thanks a lot. It means a lot to
You're
me.
welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. So, anybody else? So, I'm glad that Arafat, I'm very happy that your candidates are very active and they are asking a lot of questions. Our Indian and students seem to be very silent. So,
Thank you, sir.
for
He
the
is
sake of
basically very excited because he will be the first student who will go Ireland from Ed-Hoc Bangladesh. So I have just communicated with him like that way, and I have just sent him the link that he will get some real life knowledge from you. As you have recently visited Ireland, he is very excited, and he always try to find the new information regarding Ireland. Hopefully, this January intake 2026, he will be there, inshallah.
yeah.
Inshallah.
Thank you, Arafat. Very glad that all the effort and initiative that you are doing there. നമ്മുടെ കേരളത്തിൽ നിന്ന് ആരെങ്കിലും ഉണ്ടോ, എന്തെങ്കിലും നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ചോദിക്കാനുണ്ടോ? ഐ എം സോറി, those from Bangladesh. I was just encouraging our local students in our local language, Malayalam. I think we have very good counselors and managers here in India. So they all their questions have already been cleared, or I think they have understood everything, so they don't have any questions, or yeah. So maybe if you don't have any more questions, I think we can wind up, right? You are also welcome. So if any of you have any questions, you are welcome to mail us, text us, and we'll be happy to respond. So you are in touch with one of the counselors or managers, so you can reach out to them. If they would need further clarification, they will reach out to some of the leadership team as well. Okay. So I'm very happy about this participation from so many of you. Wish you all a wonderful future and great success in your career. Thank you.
Thank you all for joining. And as we conclude our webinar on Study and Settle in Ireland, engage to Jan 26 intake, I want to express my sincere gratitude to all of you. And first and foremost, I would like to thank Dr. Santhosh P Mathew sir for sharing your valuable insights. And your extensive experience in education has provided us with a deeper understanding on Ireland, especially mentioning most of your previous trips, photographs in your presentation. That is really, really well presented. And I also want to thank each of you for attending this webinar today. Your participation shows your dedication for pursuing higher studies in Ireland. As we are an overseas education consultancy, which is having a branch in Dublin, Ireland. So we can guide you during the entire process of your Ireland study procedures. And please feel free to contact us. We have direct tie-ups with the universities, with every universities and colleges in Ireland. And we are here to assist you with your admission and visa procedures. And thank you once again for being with us today. We look forward to support you on your education journey. Have a wonderful evening.
Yeah, so as just mentioned, so I did not mention that. So in case, see, we Ed-Hoc. So this was founded by some of 3 students who went there. So they went there, they experienced the difficulties there, and they wanted to ensure that the students who are coming from various countries, they should not face the same difficulties that they faced. So that's why Ed-Hoc was originally started. And they are the directors, and they are there. They are gone through the process. They've become the permanent residents there. And we have office in Dublin and various other places as well. And so that's why Ed-Hoc has been able to help so many students. And that's why Ed-Hoc has been successful thus far. Yeah, thank you. Just to add with that.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Bye, everyone. So hope to hear about your success stories in the coming months and years. Thank you.